I'm sorry we got our schedule mixed up and I couldn't teach the library class. It was awful fun. So here's a short version of it so you can at least do the library assignment. Okay, have you ever played that game Taboo where you have to describe something but there's certain words that you can't say? Analysis of art kind of works in the same way. Well, they talk about the artist, they talk about the art, but sometimes they don't even refer to the art or the artist, but they're talking about like the time or the place or the other artists inspired. So a good exercise is, for what we're going to do today is, how would you describe this to somebody? But you can't say apple, you can't say trees or anything like that. You only have to look at it through the lens of like what it was like when you were a kid. That's one way that art is analyzed. So if we look at a movie by, for example, this actor, could you describe the movies via the genre or by the people that liked the movies or things like that? Or here's another example. If you're going to describe this, could you describe it in a way where you never said this, but you actually talked about it from the point of view of like a concerned parent? A lot of art analysis, if you go into like the really, what do you call it, the hardcore version of art analysis, like in the databases and the scholarship, what we're going to do today is find out a way of looking at the scholarship related to the art that you're going to produce, from the symposium. So, first example, we have, I covered up my face, we have Kendrick Lamar. But what if you were trying to describe the impact or the performance or experiences or the lyrics or anything like that, but you couldn't talk about this person? So typically what we would do in like junior high and high schools, we'd say Kendrick Lamar was this, Kendrick Lamar was that, Kendrick Lamar inspired me, blah, 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 and we'd have like a first-hand, a lot of individual perspective. But what happens if we cover up and we cannot talk about Kendrick Lamar specifically? So we're analyzing it, but we're looking through different perspectives. Well, I kind of hinted at some of them. We would analyze it using like, well, who is this person an op with? Are there metaphors or subtlety or alternate meanings in the lyrics? What culture or communities do they represent, or what values do they portray? All of these different things are things that art and humanities and literature databases use all the time for their research to build out people's understanding of a work. So oftentimes if people, like go back to junior high, if somebody didn't like somebody, they're like, oh, I didn't like their music. And that was the end of the discussion. But all of a sudden if somebody said, well, if you consider their place in West Coast hip hop scene in the Americas, and they were competitive with or contemporaries like this person, and then the recording era and the internet era and the people that they influenced, all of a sudden it's like this huge discussion. So how do we do that? I've got an answer for you. So if we go to the Campus Guide, Campus Guides, libutah.edu life, or you can go to Research Guides and then shorten it up by just typing in life. I'll put the URL in your assignment, not Kadu. And my fingers are misaligned. We will go to the art, who speaks and who listens. I'll put this URL up so you don't have to deal with that. So here's all these elements that I showed in that Illustrator file. But how do you approach this? We could, when we look in sociological abstracts or artful text, let's go into artful text. If we just type in hip hop, there's 671. How many peer-reviewed articles are there? Let's narrow it down to like what's going on today. So in the last 3 years on hip hop, we've got 27 articles to choose from. Do any of these have to refer to Kendrick Lamar? No. Looks like a lot are in Spanish, which is cool. You can use Google Translate. So there's like comics culture. There's, oh cool, there's like, what is it, West Africa? There's all sorts of these cool different aspects where people are talking about it and informing that main conversation without having to go into like a biography of the artist or something like that. It's like, what matters? What exists? Okay. Oh, by the way, don't forget, if you want to use any of these articles, there's a citation generator. Citation generators are usually wrong. Oh, but this one's correct. Wow, I'll be darned. First time for everything. Okay, what you're going to do for your library assignment, I'm giving you like way too little information, so reach out to me if you're unstuck, is you are going to go into a meme generator, and here's the instructions of how to do everything, but I'll give you the short version. You're going to go into meme generator, and you are going to take a picture of your art, use a sketch of your art, or something that inspires what you're going to do. So it could be something else. I'm not inspired by thoughtful dinosaurs, but maybe I'm inspired by Kendrick Lamar, maybe I'm inspired by Van Gogh. But what you're going to do is follow the instructions right here, and you're going to make a meme, but the meme is made of two components. Well, three if you're being picky. First one is we have a meme, hopefully with your artwork in the middle of this, or an inspiration or a sketch or a concept. You get to decide. That will be the thing that we are analyzing, right? Then you are to find a scholarly peer-reviewed article, hopefully from post-COVID, so don't find stuff from like the 70s, unless you absolutely have to. And then when you put in the text, this will be direct quotes from the scholarly article. So let me show you how we will know that is underneath when you hand in the assignment, you'll put in this APA citation. So we have Kendrick Lamar, and you're not telling me anything about whoever is in your meme. Oh, by the way, memes don't have to be funny. That's not the point. Your art must go here, and then a scholarly-based article that talks about one of the aspects that describes the environment around it, just like this. Is the text. So for this one, I did the complex personhood of hip hop. So that's like identity and hip hop. So I searched for that in Artful Text or Sociological Abstracts. For this one, I grabbed the quotes. This probably came from the abstract, but grab whatever text you want. Has to be from the article. This one is from Pop Culture. Because I was like, okay, Van Gogh, what does that mean for everyone now? Because everyone has it like on the back of their phone. I even have a Van Gogh phone cover on the back of my phone. So pop culture, what does that mean? And on this one, it says pop culture, you kind of need to have involvement for it to kind of like stick in people's memories. What means something to you in your art? When you're putting together your meme, let me know how it goes. So in the library assignment, you will be able to put in your image covered by the scholarly article text and then a citation. That's all you got to do. And make sure that everything is tied in to themes, what matters and what means for your library assignment.